Hello, everyone. Welcome to SAT Math Question of the Day with Professor Meredith Seth Shakin and at University used to be at University of Albany, and his brother, me, Joel Shakin. We are here to help you learn how to approach, give you experience, give you some advice on approaching SAT problems. If you have any specific questions you want us to do, you could email us at this thing we have, SAT Math Question of the Day at gmail.com. So this is something we've never done before, but why not? We're going to redo yesterday's question. So this was yesterday's question, and you can see the mess that we made, and it was dated, I guess, September 19th. And we made, at least we both made, or I'll take most credit for the mistake, is that we made a humongous mistake here by not mentioning that this is a calculated question. We must say that. We forget. The problem is that Seth and I, you can see we're not that young, but we're also not that old. But we never grew up with calculators. All right? It was unheard of for us to take a standardized test with a calculator. So that's our problem. And we have to make sure that we always talk about this problem in light of a calculator. So let me talk first. And Seth does not know what I'm saying. We're doing this completely spontaneously. So here's the question that is not messed up. Now, we talked about this yesterday. This is a word problem with an equation. Essentially, you have to solve it. You read it, you digest it, and you realize that you have to solve this equation. 73 is 24 plus 3.5m. Now let's talk about if you have a calculator. But not only do you have a calculator, but think about where you are on the test. You're at the beginning of the last math section. You've already spent 2.5 hours taking, maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes taking this test. Your brain is fried. You've already read all these ridiculous English things. You've read all these poems. You've asked all these questions. Your brain is shot. So you look at this thing and you say, I'll calculate it. God, all I have to do is just 73 minus 24 divided by 3.5 and a calculator, and I'm out of here. There's a real advantage to that. I could definitely see the way we did it. You had to think, and thinking takes energy out of your head. There could be a real advantage here of just blindly putting this in the calculator and getting the answer, because we have to take into account the fact that this is a marathon test. You need perseverance. So when you study for these tests a few weeks before, take the 3-hour test in all. See, we're big shots. We're sitting here and have a nice, thing of tea. So I'm sitting there relaxed. It's 11 o'clock in our time zone. This is the only question we do each day. So we don't necessarily look at the question. Our brains are not in the same brain set than it is when you've already gone through 2 hours and 10 minutes of being tortured, basically, with these tough questions. So I can definitely see just reverting to the calculator and giving yourself a break. It's actually relaxing to do this by a calculator. So we have to be Seth and I really have to be very cognizant about these questions. That, we come in big shots. Oh, it's so obvious that they can approximate. That's where it takes brain power. So, Seth, this is the first time you heard me say this. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Really?
Get your calculator out. Show us. Could you show it?
What do you think about the psychology of the thing?
That makes sense. Sure, of course.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we have to say.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think it'd be maybe everybody would make sense to maybe time yourself, compare how long it takes to pick among four choices in an SAT question, the one that would equal this under the usual assumption that one of them is right. Compare that with banging it into the calculator and reading the number that comes out, and then picking the number on the left that matches it exactly. I don't know which will be faster.
See, but so you're still using thinking. I'm taking.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
No. You're even.
I don't know what it is for me. I don't. Might be helpful for people to get knowledge of oneself is most important.
Right.
To learn for yourself what approach is fastest for you.
Right.
For your friend, it might be different.
But it's not just fastest. It's fastest under these test conditions.
Under these test conditions.
Under
Sure.
these test
Maybe you
conditions,
could try
right.
to simulate test conditions.
That's what I. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly right. What's best for you under these test conditions? And it's
Yeah.
dangerous to do these questions like we're doing them, which is only
Yeah.
one shot. What we really should do, which it would be impossible for us to do, is for us to literally take a live SAT, including the English. So we've completely modeled exactly how to take an SAT, but that would require us to do the English also, which would be quite embarrassing, at least for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to really be careful when you do these questions. And the way to do this is you just take full tests, full 3 hours sit-down tests as practice. Okay, so today we're done?
Oh, so is that all?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, we won't show them how to get the answer.
Well, we did.
Well, we did yesterday.
Yeah. No, we did here. It's 73 minus 24.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if it would be. Let's say in connection with yesterday, could you bring up a calculator application and show them, what you get? First of all, maybe we should just say what we'll type into the calculator.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we type into the calculator is, we're talking about a conventional infix operator calculator.
Right.
Type in 773.
Yeah. See, most people have this.
Yeah, like that. Type in 73.
Yeah.
Minus 24, and then hit divide. And what you'll see is 7 is the calculated value for 73 minus 24.
No,
it will
not.
be instructive to see what that number is.
So what are you talking about? You have to do 73 minus 24 equals. You can't do 73 minus 24.
No, can't you do 73 minus 24 divide 3.5 equals?
No, because there's something called parentheses. You'd have to do parentheses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can.
You have to put parentheses in?
So if you have a PhD in math, you don't know what order of operations are?
I thought a calculator, oh, wow. So the regular calculator, if you say 73 minus 24 divide by 3.5, it divides 24 by 3.5.
Of course, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Sorry, my bad.
So you have to do 73 minus 24 equals. But I'm glad you made that mistake. No. We all learned.
Or else you put in parentheses.
Yeah, but that's
73 minus 24 close parentheses.
Right. But we
learn
more math making mistakes than we don't. So now 7 use a calculator. Okay. No, you have to do 73 minus 24 equals, and then divide that by 3.5.
I see.
But you really, if you're going to use of course you're going to use a calculator test. Learn how to use your calculator, but that, of course you did.
Well, maybe could you still bring up a calculator and show them the numbers that come out?
That would take time for us to find anything. But basically, people know how to do this. 73 minus 24 equals.
Okay, well, when you say equals, what do you get? Well, what is 73 minus 24?
49.
Okay.
And then you do 49 divided by 3.5, and you get exactly 14.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think people have that enough calculator skill.
Yeah. But if you look back at yesterday's video, we'll see we did something. Don't look back on it, please. I say if you look back.
Okay.
We shall not look back. If you look back, you would see something like this: 49 divided by 3.5. Well, the only possible answer for that is 14.
I know. But
again, why? Because all the others are bigger than 25.
I know.
That's what we said yesterday. And there's no way this thing could be bigger than 25 because it's smaller than 25. Why? Because 25 would be approximately 49 divided by 2.
Right. So how much processing did your brain just do to do that thing?
Very little.
No. Okay, very little. Compared to how much processing does it take in the calculator to do 49 divided by 3?
Sign. Bing equals 14. We're job done.
Which one took more brain calculation? The little diatribe you went over there, or literally going 49 divided by 3.5?
Well, sometimes my finger slips.
No, seriously. Seriously. It's pretty clear that doing it in the calculator is brainless. The way Seth did it requires some thought, and by this time,
Yeah,
you may not have the brain power. Plus, you may not waste your brain power. You may not waste it. You know, when you do work, after a
yeah,
while you get tired. You may want a question like this where you really don't have to do any thinking at all,
mm,
so that you could store up your thinking, just like you want to
yeah,
store up your time for the problems that do require you to think.
yeah. Well, this question also is helpful because it can be done so quickly.
Yeah.
You bank up time for the harder questions.
Right. 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 Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Now,
So,
we mentioned this briefly, but today we demonstrated that it's absolutely unnecessary to read this to understand what they're saying about the physics.
true.
The problem is, what is M when L is 73?
Right.
So the only data that is relevant to getting the answer is the equation and the question, the equation plus the question, and the question simply has the data L is 73 is data. So you replace L by 73, and the question is, what is M? So
Right.
that leaves you to immediately solve for M.
Right. Right. So, in other words, this is actually testing one of the skills that you learn in college, which is to cut through all the crap in a problem. That is really one of the reasons why you get an education, is to learn what is really important in any problem in your life. And in here, yes, you're absolutely right, and that's one of the purposes of an education, is to cut through all the crap. And there's a lot of crap in this one. You just get right to the point. Yeah. So, good point,
Yeah.
Seth. Good point. Okay. I guess that's it for today, right? Sorry we redid the same question, but it's just such an important thing about this calculator. We got to address it on every calculator question. And I personally apologize to everyone we didn't do this yesterday.
All right. Do you want me to say something about the old-fashioned love of round numbers?
Yeah, but let's release everyone first. Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Thanks for watching
Okay.
this video. We appreciate it. Like us, dislike us, give us comments. We're actually getting a few subscribers to the channel. Thank you very much. Feel free to subscribe, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow, unless you want to hang on and hear Seth's discussion about round numbers. I have no idea what he's going to say, but we'll see. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a great day, and hang on for this discussion. Okay. Wow, what is this? Round numbers are always false? Samuel. Wait, Johnson. Didn't he invent something?
He was a writer.
Oh, okay.
A writer.
Okay.
A writer of sayings.
Got it. Okay.
Well, in the old days, and they still do it, believe it or not, SAT questions were made with round numbers.
Okay.
So that because in the old days they tested people who hadn't had calculators at all.
Right.
So how could you divide? This is an SAT kind of question that only occurs in tests. This does not. It's rare, if ever, this happens in real life.
Right.
Well, let's say you want to figure out 49 divided by 3.5. Well, 49 is 7 times 7, and 3.5 is 7 times 1/2.
Okay.
And so you cancel the sevens. You get 7 divided by 1/2, which equals 14.
Now that shows that you grew up without a calculator.
That's right.
That was pretty cool.
That's what they taught people to do in the late 1950s in arithmetic.
That is very impressive, because that's not how I would have done it. I would have done it without a calculator. I say to myself, fractions are my friend. Most of the time you hate fractions because in the lower grades you add and subtract them. which sucks.
Yeah. Three and a half is in other words. Sorry. Come on. Yeah, 3.5 is 7 halves.
Oh,
so I
right.
could have written
Yeah.
7 halves there.
Right. So then, this would have been 49 divided by 7 divided by 2, where we know the complex fraction is 2 divided by 1. Wait, but I did something wrong.
You forgot there you go. Now I could divide the 7 out of 49.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I may not have been that observant. I may have done 49 divided by 35 over 100.
Oh,
but this rich is just bad, right?
Yeah, that's sad. Yeah.
But then,
However,
but not that bad. Not that bad because, a 7, this is a 7, and this is a 5. Wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, no, it's 3.5. It's. I made a mistake. It's over 10. It's over 10.
Yeah.
It's over 10, right? It's over 10.
Yeah.
It's over 10, right? So then this is a 2, and then you get 14. The bottom line is fractions are your friend. By now, you're not quite really understanding. You've been so burnt by fractions because you had to add them and subtract them because common denominators are horrible.
Yeah.
But the faster you go to fractions and multiplying, the better off you are. As you saw by Seth. That was really good.
Well, the thing is, when you see 49 divided by 3.5, and you want to pick the right simple equivalent out of a list of 4, right? And the 4 numbers are all pretty different from each other.
Very much so.
Your mind could think of going 2 ways. One is recognizing that you might factor 49, that 7 has something to do with 35. But at the same time, the mind will think about the sizes of the numbers. And so what my mind is, well, I'm interested in a estimate based on the size of the number, not a coincidence based upon the factors in the number. So my mind flowed to think about the size. And what my mind says, 49 is about 50. And 3.5 is quite a bit bigger than 2, and therefore this is quite a bit less than half than 25.
Right.
And the only number in the only choice that is less than 25 at all was 14.
Right. Right.
Now, what they could have done is giving you a trick where, say, A was 13.5.
Yeah, well, then you'd
B was 14.
Right.
C was 14.5. And D was, maybe 15.142858.
So, of course, but then obviously you go to the calculator. This is a calculator.
Yeah. Well, 142858 is approximately
15 to the 7th or something?
That's approximately 1/7.
Yeah. Well, okay.
There's a 7 in the denominator.
Right. So
that could really mess you up.
They don't mess you up if you do that.
But they don't mess you up on the SAT like this.
No, but this is a calculated question. They could have done that, and then you wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah.
You would have had to have used a calculator.
Well, I think it'll be cool. What we should do is identify any SAT question that where using the calculator really, really is an advantage.
Yeah, but again,
I have not seen any in this practice test.
You're not quite understanding that psychologically the calculator.
I know. I'm not. I'm asking a different question.
So you're asking, barring psychology, taking the psychology out of it, taking the fact that you're sitting there for 2.5 hours, your brain is shot. You're saying, independent to that, where is a calculator really helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. But we also really do have to mention on every question.
Thinking independently of psychology is different from thinking barring psychology. Because when you think independent psychology, you still think that psychology may be playing a point, but you are ignoring it. Barring it means you're ruling it out and denying that's the problem.
Seth, in practice, you're so theoretical. In practice, we're talking.
That's philosophical.
But it's not philosophical. I'm a change as an engineer, okay? I'm practical. Seth changes the theoretical. He's theoretical, okay? We take different perspectives. All I'm saying is that on every one of these calculated questions, we have to sort of also to quickly discuss, not get obsessed over whether it helps you psychologically. This one,
well, I think though we should be aware of a greater risk.
What's that?
A greater risk that an unwise or faulty application of a calculator can really mess you up on these calculated questions.
We will watch for that. Maybe there'll be one. Yeah, maybe there won't be one. Yeah. But my suspicion, I know nothing about this. The SAT people can't possibly know this because they're not spying on every person with a video camera. But I would think most people would use a calculator on this question. What do you think?
I don't know most people. I haven't done any surveys. I haven't taught kids like you do. So I have no idea what most people are.
Let me put you in the position. You've taken this test for 2 hours and 10 minutes. You've read these ridiculous English essay things. You've done the math
about 55 years ago.
Yeah, when you were younger. Yeah. If you hit this question and you could have used a calculator, and your brain is somewhat shot, and you still have another 35 more questions to do, would you use a calculator?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. There we go. Point made. So we made the video for a purpose. Even Seth, the great theoretician. Okay, I guess we should end on that.
No, in practice, it's science. It's science study I've been doing. When I run to questions like this, I do grab the calculator. Indeed, yeah. Even where, especially where, since I don't take SATs for fun, except with my brother, I don't have a question where I need to choose a numerical result out of a list of choices. Instead, I get a calculation and I want to get a numerical approximation to it. Right. So, indeed, nowadays, as decades have gone on, I've reached to the calculator a lot more. Just grab the calculator and see what the number comes out to be. Sure.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we will definitely, for all calculated questions, we'll at least ask that question. How does the calculator come in, if at all? And Seth's right. There may be some where they purposely put in the calculator section, but it's to your disadvantage to use the calculator. I can't wait to see some of those, but I'm sure we're going to hit those because they want you to think. The SAT questions, they really do.
No, I'd like to keep an eye out for, and let's say the audience, when you take SATs or look at SAT practice questions, send us an alert for either questions that are done best with a calculator, or questions where using the calculator will really, really mess you up.
Right. That's right. We're going to be on the lookout for that second one.
Yeah, this is a question where it's neither here nor there.
Right. Yeah.
A calculator would help if you're tired.
Right.
But if you're not so tired, you can get away with it.
Right. Exactly.
Without using it.
That's actually the best way to say it, and that's a great way to end, I guess. That's a great summary. That's perfect summary. Okay, everyone. So, you know what our email address we said before is the same thing for our YouTube channel. SAT Math Question of the Day @gmail.com. Okay, have a great day, everyone.
Okay, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.